Well, it is Wednesday, and that means it's time for our Weather-Wise segment.
That's right, Jeff. Today's Weather-Wise question is, which day is usually the coolest after a cold front? So you have some options here. Option A is the day of, option B is the next day, and option C, the second day.
Pretty tricky here. I don't even know the answer to this. Vote now by scanning the QR code on your TV screen or by going to the WWA TV3/vote page. But before we give away the answer, here's meteorologist Marion Caldwell to explain more.
We all love the fall cold fronts that drop our high temperatures into the 60s and 70s that lead into even cooler overnight temperatures that get the bonfires going. But have you ever wondered how a cold front forms? Let's start with the basics. What even is a front? A front is a boundary that separates two different air masses. When a cold front forms, one of those air masses is going to be cool and dry, and the other warm and moist. Cold fronts are always going to be associated with low pressure. Low pressure moves in a counterclockwise motion. This is going to pull cooler air from the north towards the south. Since cold air is heavier than warm air, the cold air is going to push under that warm air, causing the warm air to rise, cool, and condense. This is what causes clouds and storms often associated with cold fronts. Once the front passes, that's when temperatures drop, rain stops, and clouds clear. Now let's talk about the answer to our question. What is the coolest day after a front passes? Here's a little fun fact for you. The answer is C. The second day after a cold front is typically the coolest. This is because most of the cold air advection has occurred at this point. Winds are typically lighter and skies tend to be clear. These things work as a unit to really allow those temperatures to drop. I'm meteorologist Marion Caldwell, helping you stay weather-wise.
All right, that's very interesting because I would have guessed the next day, but I would have been wrong.
Yeah, it takes a little while for that cooler high pressure to build in behind these fronts. But yeah, cold fronts do a couple of things. I mean, it forces air to rise right along it so you get the rainfall, and then you get the cooler air a day or two behind it. Most coolest, though, as we go into a couple of days.
Takes a few days for that benefit, huh?
It really does.